Um, hello, this is just a warning before you watch this. This has loud voices, high-pitched voices, swearing, screaming, so this is just a warning. Plus, all it is me drawing a picture and telling a story along with it, and as it goes, the story connects all together. So, just so you know, here goes in a trance. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.
Yeah, and I just need orange again. Oh, this looks so sexy. Like, whoa. Scootaloo, I hope you're, like, so proud of me right now. Because, like, I love this and I hope you do too. Like, I need to... Oh, she got the eyelashes. Oh, yeah, look at those pretty eyelashes. She's so sexy. Sans is gonna be like, oh, yeah, I would fuck that. And Scootaloo would be like, don't fuck me, please. I'm too innocent. Yeah. Her shirt's gonna be blue today. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. I drew a disgusting green line down the middle of it. Oh, yeah, that's so hot. Nice green background. Like, oh my gosh, Scootaloo Sans is gonna love this. She's gonna no longer listen. She'll be like, bitch, I don't love you anymore. Because, you know what, this drawing, I want to fucking hump this drawing. I mean, I know that's kind of self-cessed because it's a picture of me, but, like, fucking, oh my god, look at that neck. Oh, yeah. Green is the worst color in the world. There we go, that's better. Oh, yeah. Fucking Scootaloo Sans gonna fucking love this. She's gonna be like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like, I'm serious, Scootaloo's gonna fucking ditch Sans. Like, she's gonna be like, bitch, nah, I don't love your bony ass no more. I love this bone. This drawing gives me a boner despite me being female. I suddenly have grown penis and need to fuck this drawing. And then Sans gonna come up to me and be like, bitch, what the fuck did you do? You got rid of my fucking girlfriend. And I'll be like, if you saw the drawing I drew, you'd fucking understand. He's like, fucking show me that. And I'm gonna show him, he's like, oh fuck, I get what you're saying, man. That's fucking beautiful, I love that. I wanna hump it too. And I'm like, no, you can't. Scootaloo said it's only for her. I'm just holding on to it while she goes shopping for like a beautiful, she's shopping for a house. So she and this beautiful drawing can live in it together and they can have many kids. Many kids. Like, it's because Scootaloo, she magically grew a penis. And Sam's gonna be like, what, she grew a penis? And I'm gonna be like, yeah, she grew a penis. She got a nice big one, bigger than yours. He's gonna be like, but who am I supposed to love now? Who am I supposed to love whose penis ain't bigger than me and doesn't have a penis? And I'll be like, oh, well, buddy, I got a nice person for you. Her name is Gloom. Oh, get wrecked. And Scootaloo's gonna come back and be like, where's my beautiful wife now? And I'll hand her this drawing right here, this drawing. And she's gonna be like, oh, no, I didn't screenshot that, no! No, dang it, no! No! Dang it! No! That was so gorgeous! I'm gonna have to screenshot that off the recording now. Dang it! Aga!
So, that's the real, this creation right here is the reason Cyberkitten isn't on YouTube anymore, because she was just like, this is way hotter than Sans, and I need to take care of my children I had with this thing. And so she broke up with Sans, got a house, and humped the drawing and hoped for kids, and she got some children. I mean, they're kind of weird because they're half paper and half cat, so a bit awkward right in that area, but Sans, you know, he cries himself to sleep every night because his fucking pony girlfriend broke up with him, and then his cat girlfriend broke up with him because he didn't fucking take my advice and go with fucking Gloom. Whatever. My fucking opinion doesn't matter. Does it? No. And just... So from then on, Cyberkitten now lives in a dark hole with her kids and her husband. Yeah. Her new husband, we'll name it Jeffrey. This is the middle of the night when you hear those cats whining. It's not a cat, it's Cyberkitten. Cyberkitten going, Jeffrey, why did you leave the spaghetti on the table? Jeffrey! my pickle. Cyberkitten looks like a pickle.
Tickle my pickle!
I'm leaving now. I'm sorry. Bye. Oh God.
The Cyberkitten one is now uploading. But guess what, kids? I got this. So while that uploads, we can just make another one. But this time not with Cyberkitten or Scootaloo, but with is it still loading? Does it load under this? I don't know. But this time we're gonna do Casey and whatnot. She's about in the same area of YouTube fame as I am, so maybe we can get her some more subscribers by this. So Casey, I think it's Casey. I hope it's Casey. So here's some bunny ears like Casey, and here is her hair. So Casey, she was walking down the street though, unlike everyone else who was like doing something. Casey, she was walking down the street
When she came across this drug dealer, and he was like, "Sup, bitch, you want some drugs?" And she was like, "Yeah, I love drugs." And he's like, "Well, I don't got no drugs though, but I got something that looks like you." And she's like, "Something that looks like me? Well, give it here." And so he gave her this exact drawing, and she's like, "Oh my God! Is it bad that this looks hotter than my husband?" And he's like, and the drug dealer, he's like, "This is what I was going for." And she's like, "How much for it?" And he's like, "Let me think for a moment. How old are you?" I'm 5.5. I know you're not really 5.5, dude, but just. I am 5.5. I'm gonna be 6 in 2 days. Oh, alrighty. Well, I'll just need 50 cents. And she hands him the 50 cents. And she skips off happily, and she literally bursts down the door. She's like, "Honey, I'm home and I have an announcement to make." And he's like, What? Why are you screaming, and why did you just break the door down?" And she looks right at him and she's like, "I am getting a divorce papers with you. I do not love you anymore, Sans." And he's like, "Tell me you did not just ditch me for a drawing like all my other girlfriends did." And she's like, "I'm sorry, honey, but I just did. I don't love you anymore. I love this drawing of me too much." And he fucking runs out the house, and he fucking runs like, I'm turning the outline to blue instead. And he goes and he cries himself to sleep again and again, because he didn't take my fucking advice and go with Gloom. That's his fault. And Casey, she stays at home, and she keeps drawing with her, and she's like, and she cherishes it. Since she's only 5.5, she's gonna be 6 in 2 days. She doesn't decide to do anything to it. She just cuddles it because it's her only sweetie now. Who the fuck needs Sans when you can have a fucking beautiful drawing of yourself like this? Like, I'm fucking serious. Like, whoa. And Casey, she and the drawing lived happily ever after. And it was a beautiful experience. Oh, look, my phone is at 69%. Ha, ha, ha. And so, since they lived happily ever after, Sans went to an insane asylum because he went to the police and decided to say, "All my girlfriends keep leaving me for pieces of paper," and the police were just kind of just sitting there like, "What?" And so they took him into an insane asylum. And that's the end of the story of Casey and Sans and the magical drawing. We're going to name that drawing we're going to name it Minnow. M-I-N-O. Ba-ba-ba.
Michael's taking another thing of crackers without asking.
Tell him to get out of the kitchen.
Oh boy, another one? I think I'm gonna make this a series or something.
Oh boy. But this one is about, I have this one prepared. This one is about Yinnicat and Stalker. So this time, this one is a stalker. Ooh, dang. And, oh, so Sans won't be so heartbroken this time. Plus, he's in an insane asylum. So, I wonder if I can hook all these videos together to make just one big video. So that it's, like, just story time completely, like. Alright, so this one's about Yinnicat Sans Stalker. So Yinnicat, she was stalking him in the asylum. So, you know, he was put in an asylum because he went to the police. And the last one, saying that Casey, all his girlfriends keep leaving him for pieces of paper. They threw him in an asylum. He manages to escape, and she gets a hold of him, and she hugs him so tight, and she's like, I love you. And he's like, you do? But everyone else keeps leaving me for a piece of paper. That's not right. And she's like, well, I would never leave you. Because I've been stalking you for the past, like, 5 years. Or not 5 years. How long has it been? She thought for a second, and he's just kind of sitting there like, who the hell is this? And she's like, oh, I know how long I've been stalking you, like 20 years. And he's like, I'm 20 years old. And she's like, exactly. And he's like, well, wait a second, how old are you? And she's like, oh, that's not important. That's not important at all. And he's like, oh, all right. And then they go down the street, and she's trying to hide him so that, you know, no, the police don't catch him and put him back in the asylum. And then this guy, he pushes Sans down, and he hands Yinnicat this drawing of her, this exact drawing right here. Crap, I don't have gray. And she's like, what's this for? And he's like, just take it and look at it, please. And she's like, oh, okay. And she takes it, she looks at it, and it's a picture of her. This exact picture of her. And she's like, what? This is so gorgeous. And Sam's like, oh, fucking come on! What the fuck? And I can't color this one because I don't have gray. And he just gets angry, and like, she's like, I'm sorry, my dear friend, I know I've been stalking you my whole life. And I mean, not my whole life, but your whole life. But I can't handle this magic drawing. It's too beautiful, I need it. And Santa's like, oh my god, what the hell is going on with this? And the guy still hasn't pinned to the sidewalk, and everybody's watching like, what the fuck's going on? And she runs off with it. She's climbing buildings after, I mean, just announcing that she's fucking been stalking him his whole life. And Sans is laying there on the ground, and he's like, no, 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 no. And he's crying. Again. I mean, I'd be crying too if I just lost my true love. Or, I can't even say true love because I don't think that's a true love story. So, that happened. And Yinnicat fell in love with this drawing right here. And this drawing is going to be named Miguel. Yes, Miguel. I'm gonna put these on like a slideshow. Oh god. Anyways, have fun with this one. I hope you, I don't know if I'll make another one, but I really like this series. I don't even know if it's a series, really. Okay, bye. Adios. I can't believe I have this much like room to record.
Uh-oh, here's
Another one. Although I have no clue who I'm doing. Dang it. We'll do. No, wait, we can't do that. Never mind. Crap. Just let me think while I color this white in. Like, you know, I did like all the other times. I'm sorry, I'm taking forever because I really don't know. Oh, that skeleton girl. I really don't know her name. Dang it. I want to do her. It wasn't like VaskovTale? I'll call her VaskovTale. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. If you even end up seeing this, because I know you speak Russian and all that, so I feel a little bit bad, but okay, here we go. So after everything happened with Yinnicat and the Stalker, and Yinnicat crawled off into the buildings with her drawing, VaskovTale, the Russian person, comes in, and she's like, Sans, my baby, you're okay? And he's like, oh, who are you again? And she's like, I'm your wife, remember? And he's like, oh yeah. And she's like, Sans, what is wrong with you? What has happened? Why does this man have you pinned to the ground? And like, I'm sorry, the drug's getting to me. And he's like, oh, well, all my other girlfriends keep leaving me for pieces of paper. And she's like, honey, oh my God, that's awful. Who do I need to kill? And he's like, whoa, you don't need to kill anybody. She's like, no, I'm killing someone. And he's like, God. And the guy who still hasn't pinned is like, hey, Skella girl, take this piece of paper quick. And Sans is like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. And she's like, I don't want your piece of paper. I want my husband. And the guy's like, Jesus, this one's going to be tricky. And so the drug dealer, or the guy who pinned him and her, they start fighting like, oh my God, this is like anime battle right here. Fucking top 10 anime fights right here, man. If you want top 10 anime fights, come to my channel, man. My channel's got all of it. Okay, so they start fighting, and like, they start fighting, and like Sans is just sitting there like, what is going on? And then suddenly, like in the mid-fight, like they're throwing bones and punches and dodging good and all that. And then suddenly the guy, he grabs the piece of paper out of his pocket and he shoves it right in her face and her eyes. Her black, holeless, or eyeball-less eyes of skeletonness. They sparkle when she sees this drawing. She's like, oh my fucking God! She's like, oh my God, I need to marry this! And Santa's like, what the actual fuck? And he fucking like looks at the guy and he's like, what the fuck are you trying to do to me? You're trying to break my happiness, my true happiness. And he's like, oh, the fuck are you? And the guy who was fighting the other girl, he's like, I am your worst nightmare. And VaskovTale, or whatever, she's looking at this drawing, this exact drawing on the screen, and she's like, oh my God, I want to shove this up my bony ass. I can't. And Sans is just like, to be continued next episode. I don't want to know what I'm doing with this.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Here it comes. Here it goes. Yeah. So, this episode, we are doing Birdie.
I mean, I know I probably shouldn't do this since Birdie has a really bad history at the moment and everybody, like, is being a butthole to her. But honestly, I just want to do this because this series is amazing and you all need to stop being buttholes to Birdie because she's got amazing art. But we're going to bring up Sans and Birdie's past, or, well, I don't even know if it's still in the backstory or if it was taken out and now it's just a memory of some of us YouTubers. But we're going to bring back memories of when Birdie did bad things to Sans. So, supposedly, I think so. I don't know. Please don't hurt me. Okay, so VaskovTale is caught in a trance of that drawing, like all the other girls seem to be. Sans is standing there arguing with that guy. And then Birdie, she comes in, she flies in, she crashes in the ground, she's like, I'm back, motherfucker. And Sans is like, oh God, weren't you the one that raped me? And she just kind of goes, no. And he's like, oh, okay. And so, she, like, I'm sorry, the trying again. She's like, Sans, what is going on? What is wrong with that skeleton? skeleton girl thing. Is that your kid? And he's like, no, that's my wife, I guess. And she's like, wow, you must have a lot of wives. And he's like, yeah, I guess so. And so she's like, I'm sorry, the drawing again. Like, I have a yellow one here. What a ripoff. Good enough. And she's like, Sans, it's me. I'm your wife, though. Like, I can't. What's going on? I don't know. And he's like, well, everyone keeps leaving me for pieces of paper, and this guy keeps doing it. And he's like, fuck. I don't have a piece of paper for this one. Dang it. And he quickly gets out his daily darn sketchbook while they're talking, and he quickly sketches something up, and it looks exactly like this drawing. I don't know why it looks exactly like this drawing. I'm just making fan art, man. I'm making fan art from a true story that happened. Like, I swear this really happened. This is a true story, by the way. And he's like, hey, bird lady, look at this. And she looks at it, and she's like, what the fuck is that supposed to be? And he's like, wait, you're not caught in trance. What? And she's like, what trance? All I see is a fucking piece of terrible art. What the fuck? And he's like, I don't understand. And Sans is like, wait, what trance? Like, what? And the guy's like, you shut your fucking skeleton mouth. You're a fucking hoe. I'm like, and Sans is like, I'm a fucking hoe. I'm not the one who wants to fucking fuck me all the time. All these other girls are like, oh yeah, Sans, shove your phone on my ass. And I'm like, and I'm just sitting here like, I guess I got to, because I don't want to get killed in the bottom. And so I just kind of shut my phone up their ass. And so, just happened. I'm sorry, I can't control it. And so the guy, he'd add some stuff to the drawing. Like, he has a nice background with some nice blue and some clouds, and looks sexy. And then he shows it to her, and she stares at it, and she's like, oh my god. And she turns into this, like, oh my god, anime girl, like, whoa, what happened? And Sans is like, how do you keep doing that to them? You're ruining my life. You got rid of my first girlfriend, and my other girlfriend, and then my wife, and then my, I guess, stalker that stalked me for literally 20 years, which is how old I am? How do you do this? And he's like, with the magic of drawing, woo, woo. And the guy just kind of like says, whoa, what's that? And he points to something, and Sans looks, and then when Sans turns back around, he's gone. You know that dumb trick that people do? And so Sans is left there with two weird one's an old fangirl. Like, they're tranced in like these beautiful drawings. And he doesn't know what to do. He wants to go like somewhere, but he just doesn't know what to do. And so we will continue next episode.
Go, like, literally, I have nothing to do. The internet's out, so I'm making all of these. Why not? So this one
is gonna be Inferno, because I forgot the other one's name. I think it was like Neon Kitty or something like that, but I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this. But it's gonna be Inferno the Fox, I think is a fox. This isn't loading. She's gonna come in, and Sans is still standing there with the two tranced ladies, and this is gonna be awesome. I'm sorry, I don't like to start the story until I actually start the drawing. This is just the part where I draw literally the outside ring and all that. So I will begin once this is all filled in. I'm sorry I'm wasting your time. Sorry. Alrighty, so we'll start just about now. So Inferno was walking down the street. She saw this guy running. He's got like a backpack and a sketchbook in his arms. She's like, who the fuck is he? And so she just kept walking. She's like, whatever. And she just keeps walking. And then she comes across Sans and all them. And she's like, what's going on here? And he's like, I don't know anymore. I just want to die. And like, Inferno's like, oh, but baby, I love you. I love you so much. Like, you are my honey bear. And he's like, another one? You're just gonna get stuck in that trance too. And she's like, oh, honey, I would never do that. I love you too much.
I always want to be with you. I'm sorry if the colors are wrong, by the way. I don't have a lot of options here. And she hugs him really tight, and she just says, I love you, baby. And he's like, oh, I love you too. And what's your name? Inferno. Oh, okay, I love you. I love you, Inferno. And Birdie's like, and like the VaskovTale is literally trying to shove the drawing up her bony ass, as said in the recent episodes.
You'll never talk to Michael again because he's a jerk.
Hush. I'm recording, remember? And so, like, they're sitting there cuddling in the middle of the road, and, like, the guy comes back, and he's just like, hi, I'm back, and I have another drawing, nya, 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 nya. And the guy's like, you sound like my brother. And he's like, well, I'm not your brother, I'm Waluigi! Sorry. And Sans is like, Waluigi? Well, that Waluigi guy, fucking hoe. And he's like, you just got me fucking hoe because I called you a fucking hoe. And Sans is like, oh, I'm not fucking hoe. I'm a nice guy. Right, Inferno? Oh, yeah, except when you bone my ass, you're so mean to me. And Sans is like, yeah, what she said. And guy's like, I don't know how that helped your case, but Inferno, look at this drawing I made you. I made you Inferno. And then Inferno looks at it, she's like, oh my god! Can you draw Sans in it? I want Sans in it. And so the guy quickly takes his pencil and he draws Sans in it. Yeah, and this big peanut guy. And she's like, oh, I love it! And she hugs it, and she's not tranced. And the guy's like, you're not tranced, what's wrong? And just, no one knows what happened. And then she's like, well, from what Sans has been telling me, you're trying to hurt him and, like, destroy his love life. So, like, I don't like you, so I'm literally gonna shove something up your ass. Like, probably, like, this 10-foot pole I found on the ground. Like, I know how much you're gay, so I'm gonna shove this up your ass. And the guy's like, fuck, and she's just about to start running, and she fucking ripped this telephone pole right out the ground, and it wasn't 10 foot, it was 15 foot, so she just calculated wrong. And she's like, come here, little boy, I'm gonna shove this up your ass. And so, like, so she chased him into the sunset, and they were never seen again, so Sans is still quite lonely. And next episode will continue on, sort of. So, bye!
And the grand finale!
It's here. This is the grand finale. I hope you all enjoyed these episodes. I hope you all had some good laughs, some good tears, some nice romantic moments, although I didn't remember any romance in here yet. But this is the grand finale. And this has to do with Sans' true girlfriend and wife, or not wife, but you get what I'm saying. But this one is the true. This is the true ending. This is how it all ends. And Inferno still chasing that guy into the sunset with that 15-foot pole, trying to shove it up his ass. Alrighty, so this one, Sans is in the middle of the street and he's crying. And then Gloom, she comes up behind him and she's like, why are you crying? And he's like, no, you're gonna leave too. Just go away. And she's like, oh, I won't leave. What's wrong? Don't cry. Crying is for losers. You're not a loser. You're the best man alive. If you can't tell, I'm actually trying with this drawing. And he's like, well, everybody, that skeleton girl gonna shove that paper up her ass, and that bird is just gonna, I don't know, and Casey and Yinny and Scootaloo and Inferno and Cyberkitten. Starts crying, and she's like, oh no, don't cry, it's okay, crying, you're fine, it's okay. She hugs him and more, and she just cuddles him, and she's like, please don't cry, I'll be your friend and I'll stay by your side, and I promise nothing will happen. And he's like, you promise? She's like, I promise. And he's like, okay.
And they skipped off happily into the sunset, and they went home, and she made him a nice pie, because she knows how to make some pie, just not all pie. Knows how to make butterscotch, but not butterscotch cinnamon, sadly. And she gives the pie to him, and she's like, here, maybe this will cheer you up. And he's like, thank you! And she's like, shh, quiet down, it's okay. And outside, you just hear, like, that cat again screaming, Jeffrey, the spaghetti! And she's like, what's that? And he's like, I think that was my second girlfriend, the one who also replaced me with a piece of paper. And she's like, oh, well, she has, I think Jeffrey was his name now. So, just don't cry, don't worry about it. Now you have me and I won't leave you, I promise. And he's like, you promise you won't go, though. I really don't know if I can trust you. And she's like, you can trust me. I would never leave you. And he's like, okay. And from there on, they lived happily ever after. Scootaloo now has her drawing and plenty of kids. Cyberkitten has Jeffrey and yells at him every night to put the spaghetti away. Casey cuddles with her drawing at night all the time. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember who was next. I'm sorry, I'm bad at this. And everybody else is happy except VaskovTale, because she ended up shoving that up her ass, and she got plenty of paper cuts, even though she has a bony ass. And so, although Inferno wasn't happy, but she ended up saying she wasn't a Sans fangirl anymore. The end. Yay! That's the end of this. I'm really done with this. I hope you guys enjoyed this series that honestly makes no sense. I have no internet, and yeah, so I needed something to do, so I thought, hey, why not? And this, I guess, turned out pretty nice. So have fun. Bye.